Alright, hello and welcome back, or more, I guess I'm the one who's back. With life kind of being all over for all of us at this point, I think I just didn't really have the time or the interest to post, and seeing as this is more of a hobby and I tend to post whenever it's sparked me to do so, so that's kind of the same now, and definitely going forward. Anyway, not that that matters, the point of this video was I decided on doing a room makeover. I finally finished doing that whole process. I loved it, I love the setup, and I kind of wanted to share a bit of it in a video on it. So since it's what I felt interested me, so that's what I decided to do, that's what I'm putting together, and it's simply just going to be a bit of a room redo. Maybe it will spark some ideas for someone else, maybe it's just a fun little end to a hobby that became my room project and ended up spanning way longer than I expected. I originally was just going to put up pictures, so as far as it goes, I really just have the snapshots of before, but I still wanted to cover the rest and a bit of some of the ideas we had and things we put together to do it, and a teeny bit of DIYing. So now it's all finally done. I'm so excited. I wanted to do a little bit more on it, so without any more boring explanations, here's basically results, some of the ideas we had, just kind of sharing like some of the stuff we got, where we got it, how we put these together, all that kind of stuff. And it is, of course, all accompanied by my wonderful feline buddy in the background, benefiting from the new and improved room that the two of us most often share. So to start out, I think it began with the comforter, which was falling apart, honestly. Originally I had a red comforter with black detailing. We got it from JYSK called the Dana, but the threading had some issues and it was clumping inside and things like that. As I went along, I almost came to find that the color palette I had was dark, and using a lighter one going forward lifted my mood. So we shifted to this Paris one I found at Walmart, along with some lights, which I'll go over, and they're actually all really great. We found the wall shelves next. Keeping with the red accent wall, we weren't in a rush to change. I originally was going to go with more rustic, or I guess industrial look. Plans just naturally changed based on item choices later, but it's what prompted getting the simple black shelves. We decided on a single bigger one piece and then two smaller ones for either side of the bed. These also came from JYSK. I also will put posts for the products I was able to find online in the description. I decided to wrap the gold and moon star lights that we picked up from Walmart around the shelves. I found the thin wire was the best because it wrapped and molded really well and it kept its place. The gold and the little lights also just seemed to work best with the metal black of the shelves and the sort of simpler look rather than being too big. Again from Walmart, we found the curtain lights. We kept with the moons and stars idea with these copper moons and small lights, so they were more accenting than big and obviously in the way. They were simple to put up, just using clear push pins so they weren't as visible, and wedging them into the wall by the ceiling. These lights were braided with the wires so we could fit the push pin between them. Next, and something that was so much fun, were these glass bubbles I found on Amazon. They have a discreet hole in the back and a flat face so they can appear to kind of hover on your wall. The image showed them decorated with plants, so we decided to do some of those as well, but we picked fake ones so there wouldn't be any upkeep. After being the girl who could even kill a cactus on accident, that seemed the best way to go. So naturally, we hit up Michael's. There we found a preserved moss mix with little decorative pebbles as well. We got separately from there fake succulents as well, which are stuck in this sort of decorative pot with styrofoam, so we could just pull them right out. We got our added bird and ladybugs and set to work to create our little decorations. I originally thought we'd need glue, but that was not the case. We were able to just wedge things in, thankfully, since that's easier, and I also realized after I bought it and got home that my chosen glue took 2 hours to dry and was basically liquid until that point. They did start off super light, the bubbles, and I figured push pins would do it, but that is definitely not the case. After filling them, they got super heavy, of course, and are super delicate glass, so you really don't want them to fall. So if you use these, I'd recommend doing like we did, which was getting these little hooks with little nails that you hammered into the wall, and then they just kind of hook right on, and that worked best. Next is my favorite stick. It sounds weird, I know, but it's actually a beautiful, naturally twisted and smooth piece of driftwood that I swear I nearly drowned to get and will never let go. We managed to place it on the wall with just some basic black hooks, and later wrapped it with teeny lights we got from Michael's as well. Originally, I thought it was supposed to come with a remote. It does not. You have to get that separately, but it's still a cool idea if we could get, I realized after, all the lights on a sort of remote system, since they're in little packs, the batteries and the switch. So you kind of have to find a way to like hide the packs, which you might notice when I'm showing it, and you have to switch them on and off manually for each pack. So I would say remote in the future would have been cool if we'd done that, but fair to say we didn't do that so far. I'd also really like the idea of like a picture frame with wires so you could hook up pictures, and I could not find anything that I liked at Michael's, but later on, again, Walmart saved the day, affordable and great. We found this metal grid system with lights installed on it with little clear clips, which I put my pictures on, and I absolutely love it. It's close enough to what I imagined, it's even better. So that was the result with that little trick, and just placing the pictures and stickers ended up being so much fun, and I really enjoy it and the addition it makes to the room. I also picked up a new lamp as well to replace a smaller desk lamp, taking up vanity space, and match the curtain lights for the copper of the lamp head, which conveniently can be moved to pre-positioned light, though it doesn't move too much. I still really like it, and it all matches very well, and it cleared up some space on my vanity from having just a bunch of smaller sitting lamps. I also needed to clean up my closet and remove the mirror sliding doors, which were there originally. They were broken to hell when we moved in, constantly sticking. So with some help, I managed to get those removed and then put up some thinner curtains that were sort of more decorative. And I ended up really liking them. I think they work a lot better. We also changed the black curtains on my window to keep with the warm color palette we ended up sort of naturally gravitating towards. I also discovered the neat trick of folding your clothes like a burrito to make more space in my drawers. It surprisingly worked to allow me to fit way more in the drawers and make all of my clothes fit snug and neat. I originally went based off of this picture, which I'm not sure if I actually followed correctly, but here's what I did and it worked great. So finally, we put it all together and the final results were this. So like I said, I found that the color shift going towards this sort of warm palette with this sort of bronzes and golds and metallics and that kind of thing ended up being really warm, really uplifting, and it actually lifted my mood a bit, and I am now so happy with my room. It's kind of like my childhood dream having it this way, so I'm so excited we did all of this. I'm really happy with it. Hope maybe you guys got some ideas, or maybe it's just kind of the end of my little project. I'm glad I had this to keep and that I kept track of some of it, and I'm just so unbelievably happy that it's the best room makeover, do whatever that I have ever done. So happy with it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for checking this out if you did, and don't forget to keep on wondering. We're gonna move on to politics this time because we just had the election.
Because we're Canada, and we care about our country.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we care about our country. You actually got me out to vote.
I drove her.
Yeah, you got me out.
Made sure she did the important thing. Every vote counts.
Every vote counts.
Conservatives don't think so, but we'll